Welcome to another Redline unboxing, and we have a very nice laptop to show you guys today. It is the MSI GE73. A big shout out to MSI and specifically their Sri Lankan distributors Electrosheval for sending us this display laptop to be reviewed. So without any further ado, let us get going. This video is brought to you by Team Group RAM. Team is the preferred RAM brand for overclockers, gamers and enthusiasts worldwide. For more information, check the link below. So if you guys have seen my MSI GS65 unboxing video, you will know that MSI, or if you've ever bought an MSI laptop before, you will know that MSI's product packaging is pretty standard. This laptop is by no means a cheap laptop. It goes for 420,000 rupees here at Redline. Well, I haven't opened it and I'm going to open it now. But I do not expect to see anything in this particular packaging that I haven't already seen in the literally hundreds of MSI laptops that I have taken a look at. So it's kind of a thing with MSI, right? Like they have pretty standard packaging which works for them, but you know, it is always nice, like we saw with the Zephyrus, that when you're going to spend upwards of 300,000 rupees on a laptop, to have a little bit more oomph going in the packaging. But it is what it is, I guess. MSI gaming laptop bag, which is pretty standard by now. Another thing to keep in mind is that this is an actual 17-inch laptop. According to specifications, it's actually a 17.3-inch laptop. As far as I know at the moment, this is one of the only 17-inch gaming laptops available in the market. Not many people stock it anymore, since it's one of those bulky sizes and everyone prefers a 15 or a 14-inch laptop. So you know, there are a few of you out there who do want a 17-inch laptop, and that's exactly what this laptop is there for. So like I said, as you saw, it was a backpack and pretty much just the MSI box, really nothing in there. Put that aside here. So a 17-inch laptop kind of has its drawbacks and also its pros. Like one of the biggest pros it brings to the table is the bigger screen size, which is always nice when you're going to be gaming or if you're going to do any productivity work. Resolution is pretty much the same, it's full HD, but it's always nice to have a bigger screen. But the trade-off is obviously portability. 17-inch laptops tend to be a little hefty, and if the weight of this box is anything to go by, this is a kind of a heavy laptop. So opening up this packaging, let's quickly go through what you get besides the laptop before you actually get the laptop. So this is pretty much the box. As you can see, it's a larger box because it's a larger laptop. We've got the power cable in here. Beneath this piece of cardboard, we have power brick over here, which is large because it's a beefy laptop, you know. So it's going to need a lot more power than your regular laptop. Pretty much the two manuals here, and as far as I can tell, pretty much that's it, right? So there's really nothing else. Like I said, MSI not one to give you a lot of extras. Maybe they should. It's cardboard after all, but you know, this is only going to, you know, be a problem for you if you're somebody who likes the packaging itself to be premium. And if you're somebody who really doesn't care about that stuff and just wants to skip all that boring stuff and go straight to the laptop, then yeah, I guess maybe the packaging kind of does what it's supposed to. So as you can see here, we've got the regular MSI cloth, which is pretty much on all of the gaming laptops with the MSI branding in white. You've got the cellophane wrapped laptop in here, which I'm going to be taking out now. And there you have it. This is the MSI GE73 Raider RGB. In terms of the actual product stack, it falls maybe a level below the GS series as the most premium. There is also the GT series, which is higher than this, but this falls pretty much third tier. It's the third most premium range. As you can see, it's pretty big. It's a 17.3-inch screen. In terms of thickness, pretty good considering it's a 17-inch laptop. So the new GEs actually are pretty, well, I wouldn't really call this slim, but they are thin comparatively, considering that this is a 17-inch laptop. If you were to compare this against, I don't know, Asus's GL75 or G70, I don't know about the new G70, how thin it is, but compare the GL75, and if you own a laptop, I know a lot of you do, this is quite a bit thinner. And in terms of weight, it's got a certain heft to it. I think it's between 2.8 to 3.5 kilos. So yeah, so it's about between 2.8 to 3.5 kilos. So I'm not really sure. You can check the spec sheet on our price list. Alright, so you have the usual keyboard cloth cover there. We're going to check and see if this laptop opens with one finger, and it doesn't. See, this is This is one of those things which I really, it's a pet peeve of mine. Their MSI GS series had a one finger opening mechanism. So did the Asus Zephyrus. Now what my pet peeve is that true, this is a chunkier laptop, but you also are paying pretty much the same amount you're paying for the other two laptops. And ever since the Macs started doing it back in 2010, I feel like it would be nice if you would have a nice hinge mechanism that doesn't, you know, doesn't lift the actual laptop off when you open it. I feel like implementing a premium hinge mechanism cannot be that expensive that they can't put it into a laptop like this. But most laptops you find nowadays actually aren't able to open with a single hand, which is kind of a bummer. True, you could be like, okay, Sabri, you know, it's a pretty big laptop, no one's going to be opening it with one hand, but you know, it's the little touches that make these laptops worth buying, right? So as you can see, this is the 17.3 inch screen. It's huge for a laptop, that is. In terms of the actual space, because it's a larger chassis, it affords a full numeric keypad on the laptop. So you've got, you know, the whole 10 key on the side. You've got the standard SteelSeries keyboard branding. They've got the SteelSeries branding etched into it. It does have a nice finish. In terms of actual build quality, I'm pretty impressed. MSI have really stepped up their game. There was a time when even their higher end laptops they never felt cheap, but they were a little plasticky. But I feel like now across the board they've got this brushed metal on their high end, and that's trickled all the way down to even their GF series. So you've got metal on the surface here. You've got nice little minimalist branding here, which it essentially says Raider, which I like. It's very minimalist. You can't see anything, just the MSI logo here that lights up. You open this up, and again you've got more metal. You've got like a metal finish on the keyboard. The only plastic you see is around the actual screen. So this area around the screen has plastic on it, but pretty much everything else, everything from the rear to the keyboard cover is metal, or at least is a metal finish. As you can see here, we have 3 buttons. We've got the power button, we have what seems to be a button that I really don't know what it does, and then there's a fan spin button. So I'm pretty sure the fan spin button, when you click it, it kind of ramps up the RPM on the fan. The second button, one of you MSI users can help me out in the comments below. Alright, so going over the I/O of this laptop, it's pretty impressive. You've got full-size USB 3 ports on this side, 2 of them. You've got micro SD, full-size as well. We do not have any I/O on the back side, as we saw with like the GF series, which actually had an HDMI port on the back. But you do have very large vents, which is very nice. You can actually see the heat sinks through the vents here. That's another nice thing about buying a 17-inch laptop. Like, you're going to get really good ventilation, especially from good brands like MSI. On this side, we've got a full-size Ethernet, which is not very common. You've got DisplayPort, and I also think it's Thunderbolt compatible, but you probably have to go through configuration. So you've got a mini DisplayPort there. You've got another full-size USB 3. You've got USB Type-C in addition to that DisplayPort, which is awesome. And you've got a headphone and a microphone jack, pretty much dedicated. It's pretty nice. You've got vents on either side for cooling. And yeah, that's pretty much it for iOS. So pretty much everything you could want from a laptop, I guess. This laptop has pretty much all of the features you'd expect from a 17-inch. We're not really going to go into it too much, but just so you know, for 420,000 rupees, it still carries only GTX 1060. It's an 8th Gen i7, 16 gigs of RAM. Given how big this laptop is, I would expect 2 bays for 2.5-inch hard drives, but I think it's only 1. So all in all, what can I say about this laptop? It looks good. I'm definitely not gonna lie. It's obviously not as nice as the GS65, but it is a good looking laptop, very premium build quality, not much flex anywhere. Like, it's a really sturdy chassis. I like the brushed metal finish that they've got going here. And if I'm not mistaken, when you turn the laptop on, it's got these LED curves here, which you can't really see against reflection, but yeah, over here they go out like 7s, and these light up in RGB. So, you know, I don't know if people ask for that, but hey, if you're one of those guys who loves RGB, you got it on the lid of your laptop right now. I think it syncs with the RGB on your keyboard as well. And the trackpad and stuff, it's fairly large. It's pretty large. It's got 2 buttons here, a lot of surface area. From what I've been told from the reviews, it's also got really good speakers, which generally is a thing on MSI laptops. On the high-end laptops and the big ones, like the 17-inch ones, they carry better speakers, so it's guaranteed to have good speakers. So overall, for a premium 17-inch gaming laptop, which is not necessarily MSI's thin series, that's what the GS73 is there for. This is definitely a great laptop. Good desktop replacement, and even though it's considered desktop replacement at this size, it's somewhat portable, you know, they've got a good bag to go with it. Overall, I'd say pretty good buy. So if you're out in the market for a 17-inch laptop, definitely consider this one. It's ticking all the right boxes. Again, I can't stress enough how well built this is. Like, this keyboard has practically no flex, like no flex. It's like a solid keyboard. It's not mechanical, it's still the switches, but feels good. Typing on it it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So you know what, if I was in the market for a 17-inch laptop and I didn't really necessarily want to spend the premium to buy a really thin laptop, and I needed the 17-inch screen, I don't think you can do much better than the GE73. So again, thank you Electrocheval and MSI for sending out this laptop, and it's really impressive. I can see why you guys send it now. And if you guys ever wanted to know what a Raider RGB look like and what the differences between this and say a lower end series like a GP or a GF is, now you know. It's got metal everywhere, it's got great build quality, better cooling, and pretty much all of the gaming features, RGB lighting, the works that you would want on a gaming laptop. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Catch you on the next one.